Good morning, dear students. I am Shivaji Ramagudaji, Assistant Professor, Government Paskad College, Kittur. Program BA, Bachelor of Arts, Subject Optional English, Third Semester, Rani Chennamma University, Belagavi, Session 22nd. In the previous class, we have already learnt about the brief introduction about the Victorian period and the introduction about the poetry of Victorian poetry. So, dear student, the Victorian period is a rich variety of poems we have seen in the history of English literature. So, these poets in the Victorian period divided into three main groups. First, the early Victorian poetry, later Victorian poetry or pre-Raphaelites movement or school of pre-Raphaelite movements, then the female poets. In the first category, the early poets of the Victorian period, they bring the inspiration from the romanticism and some mixing variety we have find in their poems. And the most important poems of this period is Robert Browning, Lord Alfred Tennyson, Matthew Arnold, Arthur Clapp, and Edward Fitzgerald. These are the famous poets of the early Victorian period. Then later Victorian period or pre-Raphaelite movement, the poets appear in pre-Raphaelite movement, that is a D.B. Rossetti, William Morris and Swinburne. These are the most famous poets we have find in the later period. Next, the third category they have divided in Victorian poetry, that is the female poets, that is Elizabeth Browning, the wife of Robert Browning, and Christiana Rossetti and Bronte sisters. They are divided into female poets. So in this class, we have to discuss about the characteristics of Victorian poetry. What is Victorian poetry? How it emerged, how they have taken the inspiration from the various ages, and how they form the new types of poetry in the Victorian era. In the previous class, we have already learnt about what is Victorian period, when it started, and what is the period of Victorian age. So, dear student, the first the first most beginning is what is Victorian poetry. The poetry written during the period or reign of Queen Victoria is defined as a Victorian period. In the 1832 to 1901, the poems where the poem were written is called as a Victorian poetry. And this poetry is divided, I have already discussed about in the three categories, that is early Victorian poetry, later Victorian poetry or pre-Raphaelite movements, or female poets. Victorian literature is an amalgam of a new classical and a romantic literature. Here, it is a mixture. It is a mixture of neoclassical. Then, what is the term of neoclassical? Neo means they draw inspiration from the art and culture of a classical quality. They have taken the art and culture of the classical quality. And romantic literature, you know very well about what is the romanticism. The romantic beliefs and attitudes they have drawn, they have mixed, and they have wrote a new type of poems in the Victorian period. It reflects scientific advances and the concerns over social condition, because there is a social drastic change we have seen, and they have taken the inspiration from that also. The Victorian poetry is very diverse and designed for two widely different levels. So again, these poetry they have drawn to the two different levels. The first, the first type of the poetry, that is pagan, colorful emotions they have taken. And second, humanitarian, intellectual, and didactic. So this type of the poems they have categorized in the further inspiration. And these poets they have concentration the various themes for the presentation of their poems, and in these poems we have seen the number of variety of themes we have find in their poetry. The first one is realism, humanism, idealism, socialism, criticism, naturalism, glory of past modernism, romanticism, intellectualism, and pre-Raphaelitism. So these are the themes we have find in the poems of the Victorian period. Those are the major poets or the minor poets. They have concentrated on these aspects and they have represented their poems in front of the society in the Victorian period. So dear student, in that we have to see the first point, that is what is realism. Realism, to attempt to produce art and literature an accurate portrayal of reality. So realism means itself said that it is a reality. In the 19th century of the beginning, the poetry, they have started to depict their poetry, to sketch their poetry as a realistic mode of life. The realistic detailed description of everyday life and of its darker aspect. See here, they have keep naked the society in front of the people in everyday life, and they have not only kept the positive angle, they have shown the darker means negative angle, so they have aspect in their family. And the main themes in the realistic writing we have included the families. Their main concern in their poetry is the families, religion, and social reforms which brought in the Victorian period. The second point they have explained in their poetry, that is humanism. What is humanism? Here, ordinary concerns of human life. Humanism is a ordinary concerns, or it is a value. It is a value of the human beings. They have explained in their poetry. Emotions of everyday life, because in the human beings every day is important, and in the minute angle they have explained the emotions of the everyday life of the people in that period. The glory of soul through the sense individually. They have explained the glory of the each individual, how they suffer in their life. Also they have concentrated in their poetry. And the third theme we have found in the Victorian poetry, that is socialism. So the social aspect of contemporary life. Social aspect of contemporary. When we look back to the previous ages, each age they having their social aspect different. And here, dear student, in the Victorian period, we have to observe they have adapted the social life of that period, how the poets they have expressed the social life of contemporary life in the daily views. Social disintegration, we have seen in the 19th century the social disintegration, they have also very well explained in their poems. Life affected by industrialism, how industrialism is affected the life of the common people, also they have explained in their poetry. We have seen in the England, it is a industrial revolution. Conflicts between upper and lower classes, we have seen in the French Revolution, American Revolution, and so many revolutions have given a lesson about there is a conflict between the upper and lower classes. Homeliness of middle and lower classes. The middle and lower classes of homeliness also we have find in the poem of Victorian poetry. And the fourth point, criticism. Criticism is one of the important part of any aspect of literature, and here this concept the Victorian writers have did in their poetry on social life of that time, how the social life the people have spent in that time, also they have explained in their poetry. On contemporary industrialism, the contemporary industrialism which rise in the England, that is also they have depicted through the criticism. On political situation, when the Reformation bill has passed and there the political upheaval we have find in the England, they have explained in their poems. On political situation, indirect criticism on slavery, because slavery emerged and it is in a highest peak about how they have depicted in the England. It is also they have depicted in the slavery in their poems. Glory of the past. Glory of the past romanticism. Culture and anarchy of the past. What is the culture and anarchy they have seen in there, that is also they have concentrated in their poetry. Positive effect of Puritanism. When the Puritanism existed, there the positive angle of aspect also they have explained in their poems. Religious and social ideas of past. In the pre-Raphaelites we have seen the religious and social ideas of the past, because the pre-Raphaelites movements they have taken the 18th century aspect to depict their poetry, that is the ballads, the dictions, the symbolism they have explained in their poems. Pre propinquity with the romantic movement. Some poets they have taken the romanticism in the beginning to express their views regarding the life of the poetry. Modernism. The main concerns about the modernism, because slowly there is a birth of the modernism and these Victorian period has slowly moving towards the modernism, and some poets they have tried to define the modernism through their poetry. Certain aspect of existence. So what is the existence of life? Individuality and seniority of modern era. Philosophical ideas were born in this period. Institutionalism, utilitarianism were the two basic philosophies used in Victorian literature. We have seen the two new basics ideas born in the Victorian literature, that is institutionalism and utilitarianism, we have find in some aspect in their poetry. To deal with the serious moral issues of that time, they have also expressed in the Victorian period the serious moral issues of that time they have depicted through their poem. For example, religion, thoughts, and above all the social lives. Because this age we find as there is a conflict between religion and science. There is a conflict we have seen in the Victorian period. Romanticism. Some of the Victorian literature influenced by romantic movement, because the Victorian period has started after the end of romanticism. So some the early poets, they have influenced by the romantic movement. Themes of a love with nature reviewed. Themes of a love with nature reviewed. So these poets, they have concentrate love as well as the nature in their poetry. Nature is a part of God. They think that the nature is nothing but it is a part of God in the life of the human beings. Imagination in fiction gained power again instead of realism, but for a short time. So they have taken the imagination of fiction instead of realism, but it is a very short time, because after some times the poetry's view is changed in the Victorian period. Pre-Raphaelitism. It is a type of the school or the movement. It is one type of the movement found in 1848, and it come under the later Victorian period, or a pre-Raphaelite movement we called. The school against the intellectualism of Victorian age. Those are the intellectual of the Victorian age, against they have formed this type of the poetry, that is we called as a pre-Raphaelitism. Then what is pre-Raphaelitism? The distinct liking for medievalism. They have taken the source or the thinking of the medievalism, for example ballad, diction, symbolism, have explained in their poetry, and the strong notion is that science has nothing to do with art. The Victorian slogan is that science has nothing to do with the art. Means the science is different and the art is different. And art they have shown in the superior position. Followed the aesthetic movement. They have followed the pre-Raphaelitism, the aesthetic movement. That is art for art's sake. Art for art's sake. Trakerian movement. So these movements they have shown that science has nothing to do with religion. Science has nothing to do with religion. So pre-Raphaelitism said that science has nothing to do with art, and here Trakerian movement says that science has nothing to do with the realism. It is they have explained in their poetry. So some are the following features of the Victorian period. They have explained in the for the use of the readers to understand, and they have come to the conclusion that interest in medieval legends, myths and fables. While they are writing their poems, they have looked back to the medievalism, and they started to adapt some points about the legends, myths and fables. Realistic and less idealized view of nature. Slowly after the romanticism and when the Victorian period is started, the realistic and rest idealism we have find in view of the nature we have find in their poetry. Imagery was used extensively. Sensory images were used to describe abstract ideas such as the struggle between religion and science. So this is the main concern we find in the Victorian poetry. The people they have started, the poet, there is a different struggle between the religion and the science, the conflict. Scientific temperament developed, and this lead to the questioning of the existence of the God. There slowly the poets or the writers they started to questioning about the existence of God. Though the number of male poets was more, famous female poets like Elizabeth Browning, Christiana Rossetti and Bronte sisters appeared and become the famous in the last female poets category, the third category we have seen in the Victorian poetry. There was more production of lyrical poetry than the Romantic age in this era. We have seen the lyric poetry and we have seen the Robert Browning dramatic monologue. Also, we have seen in this period there was a mixture of genre. A lyric was incorporated with a dramatic monologue or dramatic lyrics. The lyric which was incorporated with a dramatic monologue by Robert Browning and or dramatic lyrics were existed in this period. There was an interest and belief in the modern idea of invention. Slowly there is an interest and belief have started in the modern inventions in that period, because this period was a Charles Darwin, the theory of evolution had changed the mind of the people in that period. The influence of social Darwinism, his natural selection theory, the people have started to change themselves or to think about the existence of this earth, and people according to that they have started to think and they have started to derive the poetry. So dear student, so these are the some themes or the futures of the poems what these Victorian poetry adapted to write the poems. When we see the famous poems of Matthew Arnold, Tennyson, in Ulysses, the Lady of Shalott, we have find this type of the elements they have shown or explained in their poetry. So dear student, in this class we have studied about the special features of Victorian poetry, how they have taken the inspiration from the various sources, which are the themes they have taken and adapted to explain their poetry. So I want to keep quick revision how you understood this lesson about the futures of the. I will ask some multiple choice questions. You be ready with these questions, and I am waiting for your answer. The first question: themes of realism in Victorian poetry include. Themes of realism in Victorian poetry include families, religion, social reform, all of the above. Obviously, the answer is all of the above, because they have taken the inspiration of the families. Which of the following is not the future of Victorian poetry? Which of the following is not the future of Victorian poetry? Realism, socialism, humanism, and representation of rustic life. So dear student, the answer is D, because they have not represent the rustic life or the village life in their the representation of rustic life. Early Victorian poets were influenced by romanticism, scientific advancement, skepticism and criticism. You know very well about this answer, the romanticism, because in the beginning they have taken some inspiration about the early Victorian periods. Pre-Raphaelitism is a school against. Pre-Raphaelitism is a movement we find in England in 1848, and this school is against the intellectualism, prose, poetry, and realism. Obviously, the answer is it is the school against intellectualism of the Victorian period. Art for art's sake is a slogan of early Victorian, mid Victorian, pre Raphaelites, all of the above. The art for art's sake is a slogan about the pre Raphaelites. For the further reference, dear student, you go for the further reference and improve your knowledge. You have studied thoroughly about these all the themes and the poets who will come and who will include. You must be refer the books A.R. Goodman, History of English Literature, Edward Albert's History of English Literature, and you collect from some sources from the internet sources, and History of English Literature by Mundra and Mundra. Thank you so much, dear students.